quick tip, a little tidbit somebody probably didn't tell you, and books don't tell you either. Okay, in the books, when you read books and your instructor in class or somebody tells you refrigerant is heavier than air, and refrigerant will always go down to the lowest part, like come out of a drain plug or somewhere low, right? Correct? Everyone knows refrigerant is heavier than air and it falls down. But what do you have here when you have a hot condenser, you have a hot radiator, and you have a space that's a long, deep space that goes all the way down to the bottom? It's open at the bottom and it's open at the top. A flue, a chimney. What happens with, what does hot air naturally do? It rises. So if somebody ever taught you, this is on a hot car that's already hot radiator and everything, if somebody ever taught you to come down here and hold it underneath and the heavy refrigerant will come to your lower spot, if you're going between a plane of two items that are close together and they have a gap in them, like this right here, and if you had a refrigerant leak on the face of the coil, but not in the front, but on the back, and you can't get down there, and it's not economical for you to take off, sometimes you take off this screw, bolt, and you take these off, and sometimes you could push a radiator back far enough so you could get a hand, and you could get your hand back to the backside of the coils, and you could check the backside of the coils, or you put an extension piece of plastic on here of hard PVC or something like that to give this extra 12 or 18 inches, and you could slip it right down there on the backside of the coil and slowly work your way back out. Now, if it's a big leak, you come right up here and you hold your leak detector up here at top, not down below. Because if you took a cigarette and you put it up here, you'll find the smoke's going up really fast right here. If you took a cigarette and you went at the bottom, you see the smoke is being sucked up in between the radiator and condenser through convection from heating air, and the heated air is rising like a flue and it's pulling cool air from down below up. So refrigerant that they tell you is heavy in the book and the instructors tell you always flows down is not flowing down in this situation, it is flowing up. So you put your leak detector right here, and I never got a chance to record this when I find a leak like this, but you just come up here like this and you slowly move like this and you can get a trigger here. And you know how sometimes you have bolt holes, different holes around? You go in the holes and see if you set here and you find the trigger and you go, oh wow, there's a leak right here in the corner. But your instructor told you refrigerant's heavier, or the book told you and said go down below and it'll sink. Not when the condenser and the radiator is hot, because it's going up, not down. That's all. Short video. Tech tip.